We are here in the first Fair of Agricultural Technology in West Africa. Machinery for planting, household electrical appliances to process cassava into flour, or even food made out of local products are as many technologies displayed here. From agricultural research to processing through seed production, commercialization, and productivity, none of the segment of the value chain has been left aside. ECOWAP, the West and Central African Council for Agricultural Research and Development, proposed on this occasion the organization of a fair which aims to facilitate the broad dissemination of appropriate and relevant technologies that have been generated within the WAAPP, the Agricultural Productivity Program in West Africa.
We set up these equipments as resilience techniques to climate change. In other words, so the farmers in West Africa, especially those of the Sahel and the Sudan-Sahel areas, can implant the trials quickly at the start of the season. You know, the rainy season is very short in West Africa, especially in the Sahel area. It varies from 11 to 21 days.
La pileuse électrique, le foufou machine, comme l'appelleraient d'autres.
The electric pounder, the fufu machine, is a revolutionary machine because if you see how it pounds the yam, the fufu, you will have compassion for women. And it's like this machine was made to address just this challenge.
Grâce au WAAPP, l'ITA, l'Institut de technologie agricole du Sénégal.
Thanks to the WAAPP, the ITA, the Senegalese Food Institute, worked on how to enhance the quality of the maize or millet flour to be put into the corn flour. On this ground, ITA successfully came up with what is known as enriched bread. And yet, this is not even enough. This program allows for cooperation, and several other countries have come to look at this example. These countries may not be like Senegal, but they improved their technologies. Take countries such as Ivory Coast or Ghana. They took cassava and they made cassava flour on the basis of the experience of ITA. They integrated it, and currently they have a bread made of cassava flour.
Ils font aujourd'hui du pain composé à base de farine de manioc.
The fair also showcased the success stories that have highlighted the socio-economic benefits of agricultural technologies. These include the Milk Platform of Niger, an initiative of researchers and producers of Niger. In their home country, livestock breeding is the fastest growing subsector of the tertiary sector. It brings growth to the national economy by contributing 11% of GDP. Its socio-economic importance is well established as the sector employs 80% of the population and 20% of the populations exclusively live out of it. By initiating the milk platform, these researchers and producers from Niger were able to modernize the livestock sector. In fact, the management of the milk consumed in kind usually among pastoralists is exclusively done by women. This management includes processing milk, distributing it for consumption, and its sale. Today, the management of milk has been modernized. The sector is organized and has huge underutilized potential that should make it more competitive.
Depuis la mise en place donc de cette plateforme,
since the creation of this exchange platform, which brings together all the stakeholders, we almost doubled the local production of milk. We totally cancelled the rejections of milk at the receiving docks of the industrie laitière. Because before creating this platform, a lot of milk was rejected at the receiving docks of the industrie laitière due to the lack of hygiene. But currently, the hygiene is ensured and there is no more rejection at the receiving docks of the industrie laitière. Other thing, now we learned to process milk in the best possible conditions.
On a appris à faire la transformation du lait dans de bonnes conditions.
The reforms and successes of the Niger platform were awarded the prize of the Best Platform for Innovation at the Fair for Agricultural Technology, an award given by ECOWAP to encourage research and innovation in this sector.
Nous avons primé les meilleurs
We will use the best innovation platforms. We will use them because we want to show to those who are not yet in the innovation platforms the best practices. Show them that here are those who tried these platforms and here is what they achieved with the production system.
The local milk platform of Niamey, which worked extensively in terms of processing dairy products such as cheese, yogurt, etc. So, on this basis, we received an award, which is a matter of pride for us and for Chad. Niger has not been the only award-winning country. Ivory Coast and Senegal have received awards too. The winners received prizes between 2 to 5 million CFA francs, an amount that can help them improve the technology, production and marketing of agricultural products from their countries. The Technology Fair of Dakar was also an opportunity for participants to expose the challenges facing the sector. With respect to agriculture, for example, producers in rural Africa do not use enough improved seeds, sophisticated machines or chemical pesticides that enable them to increase their crop yields. They do not have the means to obtain them for lack of resources and access to credit. We found the machines. Now we want to make 2 or 3 tons a day because people come around and buy large amounts. People from Burkina come over, but this is never enough. Same thing for people from Ghana. And when we settled here, there were people from Ivory Coast, Niger, who wanted to order a lot. But if we do not have the machines, we cannot do it.
Nous sommes en train de préconiser des approches pour leur permettre d'avoir ces machines.
We are trying to suggest approaches so they can have these machines. The first approach is that not just a single producer can have an individual machine. Instead, they may come together as an association or a grouping and then acquire a machine which will be used by the whole grouping. This is what we saw in China. In China, not all producers try to get a machine. There are service providers who buy the tools and stop by all the farms to do the farming operations required by the producers. So the producers should not try to buy it individually, but in joining hands. They can buy a tool that will serve all of their farmlands.
Un outil qui va passer dans les différentes parcelles.
Cette conférence a permis.
This conference helped draw the attention on the fact that the state should be the first investors in the agriculture sector, because it is a sector which employs 60 to 70% of the working population, a sector that creates jobs, and if we do our level best, this area will be deeply changed.
The processors in the region, meanwhile, are struggling to adapt their products to international standards of hygiene and quality. The reason is the lack of funding that results in improper packaging products and poor storage. This is why African small and medium-sized enterprises working in agricultural processing gathered in AFEX, the Africa Export Association. This association aims to guide SMEs so they can be more competitive on the global market. Our products are in high demand. Currently, we can produce for our own markets and for the global market too. One of the reasons why we're participating to this major conference is to see to what extent these technical issues, which are already taken into account by the ECOWAS, given that they organized it, well, how we can work on the production processes of our companies so they can produce in quantity and quality. For CORAF, the fair was also an opportunity to review the achievements, weaknesses and impacts of WAAPP, the Agricultural Productivity Program in West Africa, which dates from 2008. This program, which was initiated by ECOWAS with the financial support from the World Bank, is coordinated at the regional level by CORAF. It aims to improve agricultural productivity. It also seeks technology generation and extension, therefore, in member states of ECOWAS in the priority areas of agricultural policy.
En cette année de mise en œuvre, nous avons pu générer, par exemple, près de 160 technologies.
In this implementing year, we were able to generate about 160 technologies, likely to increase the yields between 30 and 150%.
Revenus des producteurs donc, qui utilisent ces technologies. Et le programme a touché au jour de nos...
Of course, this has an impact on the revenue of the producers who use these technologies. In the sub-region, the program involves about 6 million beneficiaries, among whom 45% of women. The other interesting aspect of this program is that the 160 generated technologies are being used on about 3 million hectares in the sub-region.
Un niveau d'adoption très intéressant qui est en train de se...
Just to show you that there is a rather interesting ownership process on the way, but there are still challenges ahead because 6 million of beneficiaries compared to the population in West Africa, you know that this is not enough, especially regarding the number of producers, so we intend to scale it up so 80 to 90% of producers can use these new technologies.
De nos producteurs qui utilisent ces nouvelles technologies.
After this fair, which lasted 3 days, organizers and participants could define guidelines for developing the agricultural technology sector. COHAF wants this meeting to become annual and to be held in all the countries of the West African region. The organizers were quick to point out that with the recent development of information and communication technologies in West Africa, there is great potential to achieve major successes in agriculture. Many SMEs in the region largely have the opportunity to benefit in their daily activities from mobile telephony, the internet, and other forms of application including electronic platforms. Thus, an electronic platform on agricultural technologies would increase and expand marketing opportunities and producer incomes.